I'm going to explain UFOs, the Bigfoot, and all these other anomalies like Mothman, etc. They all come from stories that are made. They're propaganda. They really are males with high technology. They're Americans or etc. other countries. They cause all this UFO phenomenon thing. They first implanted in people's heads with stories, movies, comic books, etc. I saw in my lifetime 2 UFOs. One of them was it was small, and it looked like a shooting star. But the problem, it was glowing, and then it was slowing down, and then it shot real fast. It went zipped out of sight. The next one I saw, possibly this year, probably in January or December. This one looked like a Star Trek ship. It was above the clouds like a plane. A plane would appear to be smaller above the clouds. This object was larger, and it was going faster than a plane without making any noise. They do have this technology. Now, I'm not crazy. My father saw the same thing. He saw a shooting star. He said it was way too big to be he said, "Oh, look, a shooting star." The object was way too big to be a shooting star. It was going at a pace where, it was running like an airplane. He saw a shooting star because he probably caught a glimpse of it. The thing was big. It looked like a Star Trek ship with lights on the bottom. And it didn't have any trails behind it like a shooting star would have. It just zipped by. It was like it was flying. I saw the trailer for the new Star Trek movie that's coming out. It looked exactly like that, without the two things in the back. It looked exactly like that. These perpetrators have this technology, and they cover for each other. Some of you have break-ins in your house. I also find strange objects in my house at times, earrings, or etc. These men know when you're leaving, and they know when you're going. They code for this stuff on media. They also code via voice to skull. They use telepathy on people. They have them force speech them. If a person has no knowledge of the telepathy technology, they can easily use their body to speak through. They know everything, what's going on, and where everybody's at. The U.S. government won't tell you that they're highly advanced, really highly advanced, more than you can imagine. They only allow people to have technology if they have control over it. If somebody creates something, then somebody will come, the FBI will come and say, "Oh no, you can't do that." They'll stop them from producing that product. The reason why the FBI stops the people from making these products is because the perpetrators would attack that person for that product. If I create something that heats up the house without oil, the perpetrators would try to attack me. Like, for example, microwave ovens, they heat up water. Somebody can create something that heats up water really fast instead of using oil. If somebody created a device to heat up oil, the perpetrators lose money, and they will come after that individual who created this device. The FBI would not want them to get killed, so they confiscate whatever they create. These men they like to create stories, and they will sneak in people's homes. You have to protect your kids and pretend to be whatever, using their advanced technology to make up a story in a person's head after they believe. I believe they probe the brains through telepathy and see if the coast is clear. And they would sneak in some female's house or male's house and do things to them. And the person thinks it's a UFO. With all this technology, it's all technology. The U.S. government has this technology, possibly other governments. Hollywood makes a lot of money, and all media makes money from these UFO stories, so they're never going to tell the truth because they make millions and billions of dollars off of sci-fi. There are evil men who abuse the power that they have with these technologies. I believe that they're living in other planets, like the moon, etc. They have that technology where they can go from here to the moon in 30 minutes. These men are the same men that abuse the technology on the targeted individuals. If they need somebody out of the way and they want to steal money, they will put this on technology on you to harm you. Aliens are created beings that are created in a lab, and they either are avatared, meaning they use technology, the telepathy technology, to work through that being, which is animal. It's really an animal. It's an animal mixed with, let's say, a human embryo, and they create these things in a lab, and then they make up all these stories. They work through them with telepathy, and they also use voice to skull on the victim, and they also pan images in the victim, and they use heart technology. That's all it is. Make sure you secure your doors, though have an emergency exit. Like if you put on a latch, make sure you can get out in case of a fire.